ICRC is mandated to protect and assist people affected by armed conflict, meaning that most of the places, or if not all of the places we operate, are places that are affected by armed conflict and violence. Nigeria has been having these situations of armed conflict and violence for a long period now. In the northeast of Nigeria, it has been over a decade of armed conflict going on. So whenever you have conflicts going on, you have people that are directly affected, either killed, injured, separated, displaced, and so on and so forth. So these are some of the vulnerabilities that we try to address. Those who got separated with their families, of course, we also are mandated to see how we can trace their families that have been separated, especially minors being separated with their parents. We try to trace these minors and reunite them with their families. Call on all the actors of the conflict to respect what we call the international humanitarian law. If the law is respected, then surely civilians are not going to be as affected as they are affected now. The civilians have nothing, they have done nothing, and they are suffering the consequences of fighting. So the call is on armed groups to respect international humanitarian law, armed and security forces to respect international humanitarian law, respect civilians, and continue to support in the providing much more of their dignity. This is one. Secondly, for the civilians that are directly affected, I will advise them or call on them to say, okay, they are affected. This we surely are aware. We are together with them. We think of them every night. We think of them every day, and we are trying as much as possible to be able to see what support we can render to them. Whenever you have conflicts and you have people who have lost their families, who have had their luxury life to live and now they have nothing, it's really affect their mental health. So we have colleagues in the office that are supporting in terms of providing mental and psychosocial support to people that are affected. So you can see people sometimes, because of the trauma, they are sitting down with saying nothing. We have volunteers of the Nigerian Red Cross and staff of the ICRC that try to see how they can revive their life. They train them, they coach them, and try to see that they have brought out the life in them. And this is really working. The media is very, very strategic to the ICRC because we understand that the role the media can play in changing opinion, in changing directions of how things are going. In armed conflict, the media is very, very key. We try as much as possible to work closely with the media to understand the media landscape and try to see how we can also support the media. Especially we've had situations, we've trained media on what we call humanitarian reporting or conflict reporting, so that journalists don't concentrate on the figure but also remember that there are people out there that are really affected, and how can we change the narrative. And we also understand how challenging it could be also to the media, because most of the times the media also get injured, some of them get killed. In the recent happenings around the world, we've seen a lot of this. So what we do is also to try to train them on first aid training, so that they would be able to save themselves and possibly also save others when they are in the course of operations or reporting conflict.